last topic of the day, a conversation that me and you have had for years. That has been percolating as of late because finally there's been data that we noticed on our own, but it's actually concrete.
It's reflecting in the major way.
Yeah. News came out a couple weeks ago how for the first time since 1990, there were no hip hop songs in the top 40, right? And everybody's like, "Oh my God, hip hop is dying. What is happening in hip hop and all that kind of stuff?" And it got me thinking about the conversation that we've wanted to have on air for years now. Yeah. A couple years ago, I'm chilling at Bryce's crib, and they're dropping festival lineups or whatever. And I look at Bryce, I'm like, damn, like it's the same people.
Yes.
It's the
festival
same people.
A$AP Rocky,
Travis Scott. It was the same people headlining. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what's going on? Like, why is it always the same artist? Like we ain't got no, and I'm like, damn, we ain't got no new stars that can take that spot.
Yep.
And it made me start looking, and it was like what I saw was like, wow, because I remember at that point I forgot what year, maybe it was 2023, 22ish.
So, yeah.
And I remember I was comparing because I think it was around August time. I was like, I want to see what it was in August of 2018 compared to now.
Yep.
And it was crazy, like what the charts looked like around that time period. That time, it was crazy. Absolutely. And that was just a couple years ago.
Yep.
Now it's none.
Yeah.
So we're planning on doing kind of like a 3-part series, right? We break down how hip hop got here, and we're gonna plan on breaking it down 3 ways, right? Artists, labels, and hip hop media. Yep. Because I feel like all 3 have played a part as far as how hip hop got here.
Definitely.
Right? So first today we're gonna discuss the role that the artists, the rappers played in hip hop, quote unquote, dying or falling off or being in the state it is right now. Yeah. Right. Right now. In 2025, this year, I think was a great year as far as the problem with hip hop. Okay, hip hop in most people's eyes, hip hop had a good year, right? There's a chance that hip hop will actually do great at the Grammys this year.
Yep.
Right. So in most people's eyes, they're gonna view that as hip hop had a good year, it had a successful year, but the problem is if you look at all the acts that had success. They were older acts, right? You look at the Clips. Yep. You look at Kendrick Lamar. Or even Drake with Nokia. You know what I'm saying? Even Chance, his comeback out, he's been out for a while.
He's been out for a while.
You know what I'm saying?
Earl Sweatshirt released out for a while. But nobody all these people have come out in the past 10 to 20 years.
Yeah.
That's all the major releases that people liked were acts that came out 10 to 20 years ago.
I'll go a step further. Right now, after the Clips dropped, right? Name I'm asking you genuinely.
Okay.
Name the 2 artists that people keep talking about. We can't wait for these 2 people to drop, or people are waiting for these 2 specific artists to drop.
Drake.
No.
Oh no.
2 guys specifically that people are like, okay, we keep hearing about. They got a project coming in. Wait, I guess you could include Drake in there with the Iceman stuff. I'm talking 2 other ones.
I don't know then.
Well, okay, what's the one guy who keeps giving us dates but keep pushing it back? We just said his name.
Oh, God, A$AP.
Yeah, A$AP
Rocky. Yes, A$AP Rocky.
And who's the other guy that everybody keep waiting? Mr. Bow Out.
Oh, the Fall Off.
Yeah, J. Cole.
J. Cole. Yeah,
right.
The Fall Off.
So the 2 most anticipated albums still
have not come out.
Are from artists who came out when we were in high school.
Yep.
That's what That's what people been waiting on. Drake, his Iceman album.
Drake,
A$AP Rocky, Don't Be Dumb. And J. Cole's The Fall Off. Yeah. No one's like, yo, when's the next Roddy Ricch album coming out?
Yep.
When's Jack Harlow's new project coming out? When's Megan Thee Stallion's new project coming out? Yeah. No one's waiting for these artists to come out.
Cardi B's album did come out.
It came out and underwhelmed.
Yeah.
And that leads to another problem we have to discuss. So recently, if we go back a couple years, right? So 2018 comes. That's the year we keep using as a tempo. That's the year I think.
I think most hip hop fans and media and everyone will agree 2018 was probably the hottest hip hop had ever gotten.
Yeah, it's zenith maybe. Yeah. You can stretch out to 2020 if you want to, but 2018 for my money is where it peaked, right?
Yeah.
So after 2018 onward, we had a lot of new stars come out.
We did.
Right? Roddy Ricch comes out with The Box, big record, right? Megan Thee Stallion comes into the scene, right?
In 2018,
Saweetie comes out the same.
Cardi B's album is 2018.
She has my type. I was getting to her. Okay, she has my type, right?
Yep.
Jack Harlow comes out. Who's this white dude with swagger? Okay, ladies, man, all right, got other guys like Polo G comes
Polo
out.
G,
The Baby comes out. He has Bop. That's some Suge, big records, right? So we have all these new guys coming out, and included in that is some of the guys who came out like a year prior, which is like the Lil Babies, the Gunners,
Travis 2 years before that.
I'm getting to him for a reason. Okay, yeah. So it's like, okay, we got some new guys coming in. We still got the old heads there.
Yep.
We about to and the other genres didn't like they had anybody else really on the horizon.
No, they didn't.
So it's like, okay,
it was desolate. At
that time.
You
know what I'm saying. So it's like, okay, hip hop's gonna be good for another 10 years.
Yep.
And then all those artists came out and flopped.
Yeah.
After their first project they hit.
Yeah, the first project hit. The next project, nobody is feeling it
at all. And right away, they just start getting written off.
Yeah.
Done. We're good. Boom, 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 boom. And I think that speaks to something that a lot of new artists have struggled with is establishing an identity and establishing a legitimate fan base.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who are you?
Yeah. Because let's take Roddy Ricch. Mm-hmm. The Box comes out. I think he had 2 songs that come out.
The Box is a big record. He had the High Fashion was a big record. You know what I'm saying?
But what was the album like?
It was good. The album was huge. A big record.
But what did we learn from it about him?
Right.
What did we learn? Mm-hmm. I didn't really establish a connection with Roddy Ricch through this album. Mm-hmm. I loved the songs.
Yeah.
But there was nothing that said, I need to listen to more of this.
Right.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a very big problem when it comes to that organic fan base for a lot of these younger artists. What are you producing that makes me come back for more?
Yeah. And I also think a lot of these artists, to me, have done a bad job of working. What I mean by that is, who do you think you are being able to drop a project and then just waiting?
Facts.
The audacity.
The audacity of you to produce a project and make me wait 2 years.
Yeah.
I should see another project in a year, big dog.
Right.
You should be 3 projects deep.
Or your presence should still be felt.
Yeah.
You should still be out here working.
Yeah,
don't give us no bullshit.
Don't give us no BS. But where are your features?
Yeah.
Excuse me, you just dropped a hot song. Where are your features at? Yeah. Where aren't you hopping on?
Yeah.
All these other tracks right now. Get out there.
Yeah. And then when we do see these artists, they're terrible. They're terrible in the interviews.
Yep.
They act like they don't want to be there.
Yep.
And it's just like, okay, you're not really bringing anything to kind of captivate the audience.
Yeah.
Who are you as a person?
Yep.
Bring us in. Tell us your story.
Yeah.
Bring us along for the journey so we can help uplift you.
Yeah. The best part about being a fan of something is going along with that journey on whatever it is. Like sports, right?
Yeah.
Man, we sucked, right? And it sucked being a fan. But all of a sudden, this guy came around and it felt great.
Right.
This music, I was in a music just desolate wasteland.
Right.
Nothing I was listening to caught on for me. And this guy shows up with a sound that I just have not that I'm resonating with right now. I want more of that. I want to go on that journey of I'm ready for the next one. I'm ready for that next drop. Right. This is a surprise drop. Oh wow, that's like a little snippet of a song right there. I want to hear more of that. And just none of that. None. I don't know any new artist that's done the. Let me tease you a little bit because something's on the way. None of it.
I think another thing is when it comes to this year is a lot of people keep saying, well, mainstream hip hop is dead. The underground's alive and well.
Underground will always be alive and well.
Yeah, the underground's always be alive and well. But let me tell you something about the underground, right? The underground is where you get a chance to hone your sound without being the scrutiny of the mainstream spotlight, right? Another problem that hip hop had is there was an era of artists who came in mid 2010s to late 2010s who it was a different sound and they got a lot of pushback.
Yeah.
Right. I'm talking about the Triple X's.
Yep.
The Playboy Cardis.
Yep.
Right. The Lil Uzi Verts. The Juice WRLDs, right? Those, the Lil Peeps. That type, Trippie Redd.
Trippie Redd, they called them the SoundCloud rappers. Or mumble rap, or however you want to categorize it. But I definitely remember being in like the SoundCloud rap trenches and being like, yo, this sound is deep. Dope. I love it.
It's different though.
It's different,
which is important.
Yep.
Because any genre, in order for it to thrive, needs to evolve.
It's got to evolve.
Right. Hip hop.
I think the only genre that doesn't have to evolve as quickly is pop, because pop's going to borrow from whatever is kind of popular.
Right.
But a true blue like genre where the sound comes from the bottom up, it's got to be unique and got to evolve.
Because if you look at hip hop's history, right, if you go to the first, like the early 80s, whatever, it's like, I call it the pre-Rock Kim era.
Yeah.
The hip, that type of stuff. The we's are the breaks, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Don't push me. Cause that type of rapping, right?
Edge. Yeah.
And then we get the Rock Kim, which is a little bit more like smooth and flow, you know what I'm saying?
Every Rock Kim, Slick Rick.
Yeah, Cool G Rap, things, guys like that, right? And that also parlays into more of that gangster rap, which you got from the NWA and, that era of artists,
the West Coast sound,
that G-Funk and all that kind of stuff, right?
And then New York evolves, right? So New York goes from, like you said, from the Run DMCs,
the Beastie Boys,
to the LLs, and then to Wu-Tang, and then
it gets more grimy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We get a lot of more grimy in that era, but the sound is still changing.
Yep,
it's still changing, and even in the midst of all that, you still have the native tongue movement.
Yeah.
Right, you still had a Tribe Called Quest, Queen Latifah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You still had all of that happen. De La
Soul, and then in the 2000s, the South starts to rise.
Yeah,
right,
like late 90s to early 2000s. Yeah. So you get that. So
we get an influx of new sound. Right, it had been East versus West. Here comes the South with a new style.
The South has something to say.
Yeah,
and then that leads to movements like the crunk movement.
Yep.
Right, you know what I'm saying? And we keep getting this evolution, right? And then as the late 2000s starts to roll around, we get more of that. The gangster rap starts to kind of subside.
Yep.
Crunk starts to subside, and we get more melodic.
Yeah.
We get Drake's, Kanye West.
Yeah.
T-Pain. We get more of those type of Kid
guys
Cudi,
coming up. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They start to rise and take shape a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
And then, like you said, then that parlays into like what we get, right?
Yeah.
Which is the sound. We get drill rap starts to happen around the same time frame.
Chicago drill.
So
that's Chief Keef, King Von.
Yeah, Lil Bibby.
Yep.
G Herbo. Yep. You know what I'm saying? All these guys start to kind of pop up around the same time. You know what I mean? And these sounds just still kind of happen, right?
Yeah.
But then once the mumble rap, SoundCloud rap era starts to happen, pushback starts to take place.
Yep.
And I tell people all the time, if you sit there and you tell people something's bad enough, you see it in the NBA.
Yep.
If you tell some people something's bad enough enough, at one point you can't get mad when they believe you.
Exactly. And
but we'll talk about that when it comes to the media.
But let's talk about from the artist standpoint.
Yeah.
They didn't fight hard enough for themselves at that point. Where you're not you now know, and maybe that's I think of it like the errors of music, right? I think punk did a good job of fighting for itself. Punk rock, right? Punk rock says, no, we're different and we're going to be different, and it allows itself, and that fighting for yourself allows it to go mainstream. Where everyone's like, no, yeah, I resonate with this. I don't care for my dad's rock. This is my rock. I don't think enough people fought for that era of that moment in hip hop. Too many people didn't just say, no, I don't care what you got to say. I'm gonna say it, and the people who fuck with it are gonna fuck with me, and we're gonna ride it out.
Right.
I don't think the artist did that part of, I know you resonate with me, the younger generation. I know you do.
Right.
Because you were here in SoundCloud with me. We was in these Wild West internet hip hop trenches. And you're gonna abandon me because some dude on a podcast says I'm not good? Come on, man. Like, help me out.
Also, I think another thing is, contrary to popular belief, hip hop, people keep saying hip hop is a sport, and it is a sport, right?
Yeah. There's a competitiveness to it.
You should want to be the best.
Yeah.
Point blank, period. I think there's this part of in order to be the best, you gotta want it.
Yeah.
You gotta want everything that comes with it. You can't shy away from it. You gotta want all of it. You gotta want all the smoke, right? I think recently, and we discussed this, it felt like the women wanted it,
definitely,
but weren't being given the tools and the access to take it to the next level.
I think Meg Thee Stallion is a perfect example of that.
Yeah,
Meg wants to be a superstar.
Yes,
and it just feels like she has not been given the space to be that.
You're right,
and it's like.
And I feel like that with all the women.
Yeah.
Meg, Glorilla,
yeah.
the City Girls, specifically JT,
yeah.
Lotto,
yeah.
Bia. Like, it feels like the women, like when they go to interviews, they sound very clear and concise. They're excited to be there. They engage. You know what I'm saying? They go on they still do a little radio tour, the press tours and all that. But it feels like they're just kind of tossed away to the side, and they're not being linked up
taken seriously.
They're not being linked up with the big producers. They're not being given the big budgets. You know what I'm saying? They're not being given all of the assets the guys have been given.
Yeah.
And the guys right now who are being given it aren't taking advantage of it.
Yep.
Because hip hop from the very beginning has always been a showman thing.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't care what anybody says. That you can miss me with that. It's about the art. It's a business. In order for the art to thrive, you gotta have faces.
Yep.
And whether it was back in the day, again, whether it was Run DMC and Beastie Boys and LL Cool J, and then the 90s come, it's Pac and it's Big, and it's Snoop, and it's Dre, and in the late 90s, it's DMX.
You have to be larger than life.
It's DMX, it's Jay-Z, it's Eminem, it's Nelly, it's Ja Rule. Then it moves a little bit further, and then it's T.I., it's Ludacris, right? Like, all of these, Lil Wayne, then we get Drake, then we get Nicki, then we get Future, then we get Cole, then we get Kendrick. All these guys played a fact because all these guys, they didn't shy away from the smoke.
No.
They wanted it.
No.
And instead,
there has been a loss of
50 Cent including that as well.
Yeah, 50 Cent including that. There has been a loss of that ownership of, no, I'm the best MC.
Yeah.
Or I might not be, but I believe it.
Yeah.
I sure as hell believe I am one of the best MCs that you could ever have out here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you that I am.
And I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, I'm going to say it.
Yeah, and I'm going to be larger than life. I'm going to be all in your face like a 90s music video. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, with the fish islands.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm going to be
Twister and Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, I'm going to be all Hype Williamsy right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that, to me, that has been lost. I think a lot of these guys they want to be just rappers.
They want to be just, but I was going to ask you think it's a cultural thing too, because I know I've noticed a lot where sometimes people feel that's corny.
A little bit.
You know what I'm saying?
A little bit.
Where people feel like you're trying too hard.
Yeah.
But the reality is you have to try too hard.
Right.
If I want to succeed, I have to try.
You gotta try hard.
Yeah.
You don't get points for being too cool.
No.
That I call it that Joey Badass, that Jid, that that too cool for school. That's cool. That may work for Nas.
Yeah.
That's not gonna work for you.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That may work for Rakim. It's not gonna work for you. And truth be told, if the genre was led by Rakim, if it was led by Nas, it would not have gotten to the heights that it needed.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Yes, Rakim was cool.
Yeah.
The Fool was cool, but we needed we needed Run DMC.
You need a Run DMC out here, boom boxes. They looked cool.
Yeah.
They looked cool.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, Rakim looked cool too, but I'm just saying, but you needed guys to be screaming about, it's tricky and my ideas. You needed Beastie Boys going saying fight for your right to party.
Yeah.
You need LA Cool J saying, my radio and I need love. You needed those guys.
Yeah, definitely.
You need
definitely.
As cool as Nas was with I Ruled the World and all that kind of stuff. You needed Biggie with Hypnotized.
Yeah.
You needed with Pac, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With his records. Like, you need all these guys, Snoop, you know what I'm saying? Like, you needed these guys to be out there and not be afraid
because the genre needs variety.
Yeah.
Right? Like, as much as I could like the cool, the lyricist and all of that, I can't play that at a party, right? And I need some hip hop that's gonna get people moving. I need hip hop that's gonna get people excited to go out, to have fun, and everything has to coexist. But hip hop, any genre, it needs the movers and shakers as much as it needs the absolute artists, right? Bob Dylan's cool, but I'm not listening to Bob Dylan to get amped.
Yeah.
Give me some Kiss.
Yeah.
Give me some Kiss.
Right.
Like, I love me. Truthfully, I loved Lupe Fiasco. Lupe's not moving the needle for people though. I love me some Lupe Fiasco. Kick Push is not doing it for a lot of people.
Right.
I need that energy that gets people excited about my genre. And I feel like that's what I feel like we're missing that right now, where someone's going out. We're really the guys. The guys aren't going out here and saying, "I'm better than you," and I'm going to tell you I'm better than you, and I'm going to tell you I'm better than you, and I'm going to tell you. and someone's not responding back, being like, "No, I'm the best."
And it's not, but also let's make it clear. We're not even talking about people beefing. We're talking about just
just
going out there and showing us.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Where's the bravado? Where is the like? I'll be honest with you. Hip hop to me would be the equivalent of, imagine if the diva wide receivers were rappers.
Oh my God,
that's what hip hop should be.
Gosh, yeah.
Because as great as the quarterbacks are,
yeah, the receivers steal the show.
Yeah, they steal the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if
every receiver was like Larry Fitzgerald,
or if every running back was like Barry Sanders,
yeah,
you know, like you need some Ricky Waters.
Yep.
Right? Yep. You know what I mean? You need some Deion Sanders instead of a Darryl Green.
Yeah.
You need these guys out there.
I need a Michael Irving.
Yeah.
He is insane.
Yeah.
But he steals the show.
Mm-hmm.
I need that.
Yeah. And I think that's important. That element of hip hop is highly needed.
It's needed.
You know?
It's needed. Yeah.
And I just think that a lot of these guys, to me, I don't know if, it could be the cool thing, but I just think that they have just been misled as far as what they think they have to do.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell people this. You can like a rapper till the cows come home. You can say, oh, lyricist, this, that, and the third, which is important. You can have both, by the way. No one's saying sacrifice one or the other.
You need both.
Yeah.
You need both.
Right.
You need to have the artists and you need to have the entertainers.
Right.
You need both. And sometimes they can be in one artist.
Yeah. Well, at its core, they are one artist. Kendrick is both.
Absolutely.
Drake is both.
Yeah.
Kanye is both. Jay-Z is both.
Yep.
DMX is both. 50 was both. Eminem was both. Wayne was both. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Snoop was both. Dre was both.
Yeah.
NWA was both. Cube was both.
Yep.
So to me, we're not saying you have to sacrifice one or the other.
No.
We're saying that it's entertainment. You can't get mad when all you do is rap.
Yeah.
You have to be an artist. You have to be an entertainer as well.
Yep.
If you want to do that part, fine, but don't be surprised you're not that big.
Yeah.
Tell people all the time, I like a lot of artists who are like low key or haven't kind of cracked that mainstream, right? But it gets to a point where after a while you kind of realize, I understand why you are your way, why
100%.
You've only gotten so far.
100%.
I was a big Joey Badass fan when he came out. I thought at some point he was going to break that glass ceiling. He never did. And at this point, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think what records that he got on his album that should have sent him to the moon.
Yeah.
None. You know what I'm saying?
Right? People love some Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
But there's a reason. There was a reason he never really made it big. Mm-hmm. Half of that was he would disappear a lot.
Yeah.
He was just gone.
Right.
We're hearing from him.
Right.
You have to want it. Mm-hmm. And I think that's you have to want it.
Yeah.
You can't just rely on your skills in this industry.
Yeah.
You have to do so much more. I think, to me, I remember T.I.'s son was talking about, I want to be as big as Michael Jackson. Mm-hmm. And my first thought was, you don't do half the work Michael Jackson did. Right? It took Michael, beyond just the Jackson 5. Once he splits from the Jackson 5, there are 3 projects before Off the Wall, his breakout record. Mm-hmm. We need that from a lot of these guys sometimes, right? Where was the work that you put in before that? Rock artists, you see it all the time. I remember one of the worst experiences you'll have is go to your favorite rock artists and go to their early stuff. Nowhere near as good as the stuff that you like. Mm-hmm. But they put in the work. And you see, early Green Day, I don't like it. I love me some Green Day. Don't like it until you get to American Idiot.
You didn't like Dookie?
I did not. Well, no, not Dookie. Yeah, no, you're right, Dookie. There's 2 albums before Dookie. Mm-hmm. Not very good.
Gotcha.
Not very good. But you see the progress. Mm-hmm. I'm not seeing that progress in these new guys. They're just coming out, hot single, album. Where was the work before that?
Right.
We need that. You need that.
And it's funny because when I think about like the stars, like the last stars to me, I'll say 3 or 4, who I felt like we saw them. Well, honestly, 5. I'm gonna throw 5 in there.
Okay.
Who I felt like we saw what happens when you actually decide to actually go after it and go for the gusto. To me, the biggest one probably Travis Scott.
Absolutely.
But then below him to me would be like Playboi Carti.
Yeah.
And then your guy Tyler the Creator.
Yeah.
And I think on an even lesser note, 21 Savage.
Yeah.
21 Savage last year sold 100K first week. That's huge for 21 Savage.
That's big for him. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
But we've got so many albums before that.
Where he kept getting better. He did the Drake project. A lot of artists would be like, nah, I'm good. He was only on the album for like 20-some%. He's like, that's enough for me.
Yep.
I get to go on tour with Drake.
Yeah.
And be on an album with him. That's a good look for me. I'll take it.
Yep.
I'll take it. I want it.
Yeah.
I want it. I want all of it. I'll do it.
I think Tyler Creator is a great example, right? His early projects, let's be honest. If you wasn't an Odd Future fan, I don't blame you for not being an Odd Future fan.
Right, that's me.
Yeah. Once you start getting to Flower Boy, you're like, this is different.
Yeah.
Who is this artist? Mm-hmm. And that parlays into his next projects. Travis Scott. Maybe you don't like that early project, but by the time we get to Astroworld, there's a very complete Travis Scott. We're like, yeah, I see it. Yeah. I can see it now. Mm-hmm. But the work has to get put in. Like, you have to just be in those trenches, working on album, being on tour, getting out there.
Yeah,
it's not going to come like that. It's just not.
And another issue I have before we go is, a lot of the older artists are doing a bad job to me of actually putting on the younger artists to me. I know the internet has kind of been like has kind of cut out that element. Like, guys can feel like they can just upload, like you said, the SoundCloud era.
Yeah.
But I felt like that was different when guys are being introduced into us via other artists.
And that's where I think the breakdown happens, though, right? Because the guys can just kind of get out there and do their own thing. But then it should be the OGs who are then coming in and saying, I see you, I hear you. Let's work together. Right now I didn't usher you into it necessarily. I can still mentor you.
Yeah.
That still doesn't. That still looks good on me.
Yeah.
It still looks good on me as an OG if I'm out here and all these SoundCloud dudes are out there and I pick out the pearl of all these dudes. That looks good on me. And they didn't do that part.
Yeah.
Right. They didn't take dudes under their wings. And rest in peace, Juice WRLD next, but they could have used that guidance.
Yeah.
Could have used someone coming around and saying, hey, big dog, hey, Juice, I like what you're doing. You've got potential. Let's chill with the drugs.
Yeah.
Let's chill out on these destructive lifestyle patterns. You can get back to it if you want to, but let's get you out there first before all that.
I just think even more than that, though, just the look, though. The look of being attached to somebody.
Yeah.
And I thought about this recently. What happened to artists taking like smaller artists on tour with them? Kendrick just did a stadium tour with SZA.
Yeah.
Drake's last 2 tours were with 21 Savage and J. Cole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think J. Cole, when he came here on his own, he came with like Lil Baby, I think. Like, what happened to artists like going like, you know what?
Go back to Travis, Shaq West. Right, he toured with Shaq West. That was his when he toured with Travis. That was his first album.
Yeah,
Mud Boy. That makes a lot of sense for Shaq West.
Yeah,
like let's get this album.
Go before that, when Kendrick Lamar did the Damn tour, he took Travis Scott.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like all of these things. Drake used to do it a lot early on in his career.
He
took Kendrick out.
Yeah,
he took Rocky out. You know what I'm saying?
Put us on in Amigos.
Yeah, like a lot. Like, what happened to? You know what? My opening act is gonna be somebody who I like. Y'all think y'all should hear.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, and that's why I think with the whole beef, I'm like, the one thing that got lost in the beef to me was Drake. To me, contrary to popularity, whether you think he was stealing, whatever, at least he was introducing you to people.
That's true. He
was hopping on songs with people.
Yep.
Not that he was hopping on their songs.
He was hopping on other people's songs.
Wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So to me, it was like he was putting that was a good look.
That was a good look. That was a good
Kendrick,
look.
Unfortunately, has not really been that for real.
No.
The only time in his career I remember him doing that for real was he randomly hopped on New Freezer with Rich the Kid.
Yeah.
Obviously, he helped with Baby Keem. You know what I'm saying?
But that was really it.
Yeah, but Baby Keem already had, but Baby Keem by the time he already had, Honest was already out.
That's true.
Orange Soda was already out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's still, I'm gonna count that.
I'm gonna count it. That was his first big release.
Yeah,
his first big rollout.
Right. But other than that,
I think J. Cole's probably the only one who's done the best at it, giving us the Dreamville Collective, and that helping push.
But even they've only gotten so far because Cole's the weakest out of the three of actually being able to elevate.
But that's also the problem, right? Yeah. The weakest of the three probably has the most that he's done to help give us new acts, but because of his reach, really doesn't help much.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's our thoughts.
That's our thoughts. We got more.
We got more for you. Anyway, man, that's all the time we have for you guys today, man. You can follow me at Facebook at Bryce Oding. Follow me on Instagram at Bryce David Oding. Bryce, go and tell them.
From my Twitter, Bruce Leroy.
And remember, if you didn't hear from the horse's mouth, so I listen to ask who told you we out. Peace.